Offer to take my coat.
You don't have a coat.
Well, offer to take my tie. It's a little joke.
Something perfect about the Brit Flix Guys talking about the 1981 classic movie Arthur.
He drinks just to make himself function and get through all this bullshit that he's going through.
He's going to inherit $750 million,
Wow.
which even in 1981 was a lot of money. Hobson,
Yes?
you know what I'm going to do?
No, what?
I'm going to take a bath.
I'll alert the media. You want me to wash your dick for you, you little shit?
Hi and welcome to Brit Flix. I'm Paul.
And I'm Kelly.
And this is $2 Chuck. And Chuck is definitely going to be appropriate for the movie we're watching today, Kelly.
It fits right in. Fits
really
right
does,
in.
Because I think
As
it's
do we.
something, yes, we. There's something perfect about the Brit Flix Guys talking about the 1981 classic movie Arthur.
It is
starring
classic
Dudley
too,
Moore.
isn't it really?
Oh, it really is a classic movie. I think this caught people by surprise when this movie came out because it's a very different story of a drunken millionaire who runs around New York picking up prostitutes.
Are you a hooker? Jesus, I forgot. I just thought I was doing great with you.
He's drunk, he's like carefree, he's funny.
everything's
he
fun,
just
yeah.
he has no cares in the world. He's extremely wealthy, this guy.
All I can tell you is, I wish I had a dime for every dime I have.
Dudley Moore stars in this movie with John Gielgud as his servant, Hobson.
Please stop that.
Hobson, how good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Always
What would you
raised
call
him, though. He
He really
surrogate
is a surrogate
really.
father,
Yeah.
as you find out. And he's wonderful in the movie.
Yeah, he is really good.
But as the story progresses, you learn that Arthur's not happy because he's controlled by his rich family who want him to marry.
Her name is Susan. I can't tell you her last name because that would be indiscreet. Johnson.
Who he does not love.
Who he does not love, or they will cut him off without a cent.
Yeah.
One of the favorite scenes of the movie for me is when his father says, "Well, Arthur, I respect you. You're now cut off from $750 million," and you hear the door close.
Actually, Susan is a very nice girl.
Very nice. And she'll make a wonderful wife.
Yes, wonderful.
So Arthur is in this predicament of having to marry Susan, who he does not love, and at the same time meets Liza Minnelli. Linda Marola, who is a waitress / actress who is stealing a tie at Bergdorf's.
So, did you see that?
Yes.
She stole that tie. It's a perfect crime. Girls don't wear ties. Although some do, it's not a perfect crime, but it's a good crime.
Yes. If she murdered the tie, it'd be a perfect crime.
And he's fascinated by this
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
I guess he's fascinated by the fact that she gets away with it and she's trying it or whatever, and he falls in love with her basically pretty fast.
He
and
really
you know,
does.
I think Liza Minnelli is a great actress. I've seen her in a lot of stuff, and I really always thought she was really good. I don't think she's utilized in that area as much as she should be.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think she was
Right.
perfect for
one?
this particular
Okay.
part.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if he called me?
But I still buy her because I think
Yeah.
she's really, really good.
Yeah.
May I kiss you on the cheek?
And her father,
Barney Martin.
oh God,
Terrific
he's
actor.
really funny. That scene when he thinks she's going to marry him,
Yeah.
and then when he finds out she's not.
Would you like a beer? I'll get you a beer, okay?
I'll be all right, sweetheart. I just have to be alone for a minute.
You know, today I don't know if you could do a film like this because, you know, there's such a. I don't even think Dean Martin could be the lovable drunk anymore. There's
Right.
such a stigma about it
Absolutely.
that way.
Yeah.
But I think it softens it, the fact that he's so unhappy that he drinks just to make himself function and get through all this bullshit that he's going through, you know. Has to deal with the rich people and who I don't think he really likes. The only one he likes is his grandmother.
And you sense it by the fact that he doesn't have to get bombed to go see her.
Right, that's right.
Arthur, is it wonderful to be promiscuous?
I think he really senses he's got the most stability compared to his father
Yeah.
and Susan Johnson's father, who is like a real macho pain in the ass, you know.
He's a dick, let's be honest.
Yeah, total,
He's a dick.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Johnson's a dick.
I don't like your drink. It makes you unreasonable.
There's so many lines from this movie that I love. Her father comes in and he's going to kill Arthur.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a big block of cheese, a comedy block of cheese with a knife out there. And so he takes the knife out of the cheese. And we had heard earlier in the movie that he had killed a man. He came into our house.
And I killed him in the kitchen.
And so now we're playing that out in the church. He's spurned his daughter, and he takes the thing out, and he's just maniacal. He's going to kill Arthur.
He's taking a knife out of the cheese. You think he wants some cheese?
Yeah, I love films like that when they got those kind of lines.
Brilliant.
They kill you up.
Yeah.
They really kill you. And
Yeah. Clearly, what a great joke writer Steve Gordon must have been, because to say, Arthur, take my hand,
That would leave you with one.
are so funny. And so
But when he
memorable.
wasn't drunk, he was very serious.
Yeah.
He was very serious. And
Well, and that's what's great about the relationship with Hobson, and we should get to John Gielgud,
I'll alert the media.
because what a fantastic performance.
here's this guy. He's this amazing actor.
Yeah.
And here he wins an Oscar for saying,
Perhaps you'd like me to come in there and wash your dick for you. You little shit.
and he must have gone, what do I have to do
That's right.
to win an Oscar? That's all I got to do is this?
Yeah. Or he would have said, I would have said that in Hamlet. If they,
Yeah, right. Thy dick, you little shit.
Hobson is so real.
Well, that's the
so-
secret of comedy. You don't play it for laughs.
Yeah.
You play it for serious.
Yeah,
You play it serious.
And he brings the quintessential dry British butler.
It's what I live for.
But then when you sort of see his emotion, when he brings the dress to Liza Minnelli and those little scenes where you see his humanity come out, it's just it's my favorite parts of the movie.
That sounds bad. Have you seen a doctor?
Yes. And he has seen me.
There's a lot of depth to this film that you probably wouldn't see initially. You know,
Yeah,
when you see
if you
it,
just-
you think it's a drunk guy that has laughs. And
it's easy to write it off that this is a funny drunk guy.
that's why I think it's still germane today.
Yeah.
Is because it's not an alcoholic kind of laugh at the alcoholic guy.
Right. No,
It's the fact that he's.
For me, and the thing I took away from the movie is the relationship between Arthur and Hobson.
Yeah.
Even more than Liza Minnelli. I thought the what holds this movie together is their relationship.
And also
that's what's
Hobson's love for
interesting.
him.
You feel unloved, Arthur. Welcome to the world. Everyone is unloved. Now stop feeling sorry for yourself, and incidentally, I love you.
You know, I mean, here's a guy that's a servant that loves this rich kid that's got $750 million.
Yeah.
And has no stake in it, and he's not going to get anything out of it.
I always kind of want to think that the reason Arthur says these funny things, especially when he's drunk, is that's how funny how dry and funny Hobson's been. Because to have the presence of mind to say, he puts the cowboy hat on him.
If I begin to die, please take this off my head.
I also like Bitterman,
Oh my God,
the chauffeur.
Ted Ross that plays Bitterman. It's wonderful. Again, he brings a humanity to the role that ordinarily wouldn't be there.
Right.
Goodbye, sir. It was a pleasure working for you. Chauffeurs rarely get to laugh. Thank you.
Chauffeurs rarely get a chance to laugh. You know, it's such a great line.
Yeah. You know, I hadn't seen this film in a long time, so watching it again, I saw it in a whole different light, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Very, very funny. And as I said, I think it is still germane today. I think you could, even though the atmosphere for somebody that drinks a lot is a lot different than it was then.
Right.
People laughed at that then.
A real woman could stop you from drinking.
You have to be a real big woman.
Also the way that Liza deals with him, with Dudley Moore, when he's drunk and all that, she deals with it very realistically.
Now tell your story walking before I call a cop. Get out of here! Faucet.
It
was a huge hit, by the way.
Yeah.
An
And all
enormous hit.
nominated. I mean, John Gielgud won Best Supporting Actor. Dudley Moore was nominated. The film was nominated. Everyone was nominated. And I think, I'm assuming, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it won Best Song. I'm just going to say it.
And the song was I think it had a lot to do with the film.
It really,
like so many.
It's teed it up perfectly.
And I read that I think Peter Allen, who I'd worked with on a Griffin show, who was a very nice man, a very talented guy.
And was Liza's husband.
I think it was him that came up with the idea that he was stuck in a plane over New York.
Really?
And they were circling because they couldn't land, and it was a full moon.
Wow.
And he came up with that idea, stuck in the, between the moon and New York City.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, I can't tell you how much fun it is for me to go back and look at Arthur. It's one of my favorite movies from my my younger days, seeing it in the theater and just laughing my head off from day one of this movie.
He grabbed that part and ran with it, and nobody could do it any better.
It was towering because it's a really modern day Jekyll and Hyde story.
Permit me to introduce myself. Where the hell's my hat?
It's on the floor.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Well, we'd like to thank you for tuning into this episode of Brit Flix. On behalf of the movie Arthur, starring Dudley Moore, Kelly, Paul, and Chuck want to give it...
Oh, definitely. 2 chucks up.
2 chucks up. Thanks for watching.
Oh,